Hi guys and welcome back to another video. So this right here is the third generation of the Renault Duster, and this car is going to be a game changer for Renault. Let me tell you why. Under the hood is a 1.3 liter turbocharged engine which produces 163 horsepower and 280 Newton meters of torque. And it has two other engines on offer, and one is a 1 liter turbo and a 1.8, but this thing is just unbeatable. But let's talk about that while we drive the car. So coming to the front, you don't get a Renault logo right here, but you get a Duster lettering which looks bold and very good. You get full LED headlamps with LED DRLs and sequential indicators. So you get fog lamps placed under there, and you get skid plates and these air vents which are surprisingly functional. Yeah. So you also get a camera right there for the 360-degree camera, and you get rain sensing wipers as well as a camera for the ADAS. Now coming to the side profile, this car is 4.35 meters in length, 1.8 meters in height, and it has 212 mm of ground clearance. So this particular variant is the launch edition, so it gets 18-inch rims, and the tire profile is 225, 55 and R18. You get iconic badging right there, also right here, because of course Duster is iconic, right? You also get a camera right there, again for the 360 degree. The fuel cap is placed right here, and if I'm not wrong, it has a 55 liter fuel tank. Again, it's a beautiful side profile, and these roof rails are actually functional and they can hold up to 50 kgs. It also gets a Duster badging. Now coming to the rear, again you get connected tail lamps, which definitely differentiates it from the global Duster. You also get a turbo 160 badging right there, indicating the amount of horsepower it has. Also, again you get exhaust placed right there and two reflectors, and it has 4 parking sensors at the rear. You get a high mounted stop lamp, of course defogger and the rear wiper. Let us open the boot. It is actually a power tailgate, and it has 518 mm of 500 liters of boot space, and it can go up to 700 mm if you are like stuffing your luggage up to the roof. Let's close it. The spoiler type of thing looks really good. Now let us go into the interior and check out some more details. There's one good thing: you get all 4 power windows. All 4 are one touch up and down power windows, which is great. And you get 60-40 split seats right there, and 3 seats get a headrest, which is great. But here the seat isn't adjustable, like incline isn't adjustable, and you don't get a rear sun blind, which is a bit of a negative, but it's okay. This is the center armrest. It gets twin cup holders and a smartphone holder. You also get a magazine holder, 2 rear AC vents, and I think we have to turn on the ignition. So there are 2 USB-C charging ports right there, and this grab handle, which is great, and that is how the cockpit looks. Absolutely beautiful. Let's talk about it when we get to the front. But here the legroom is decent enough, even the footroom. Under thigh support should have been a bit better, but that's fine. And you also don't get adjustable seat belts at the front, so that's a bit of a mess, but it's fine. Let's get to the front right now. So again, these are the controls for the power windows, also for the side mirrors, and you get this soft touch material right here with this neon printing on it, which is great. You also get a carbon fiber inspired design sort of thing right here, but it's not real carbon fiber, of course. The front two seats are 6-way power adjustable, and they both get a ventilated seat as well as lumbar support, which is again very good. So yeah, coming to the interior, this interior feels very lively compared to other cars, because while everything is becoming a TV sort of thing, this kind of looks lively because you have touch controls right there instead of, you know, those tacky, I mean, you have buttons instead of those tacky touch controls. So on the steering wheel, we have these buttons are to control the cruise control, and these are of course for the calls and, you know, browsing through the navigation, infotainment, and the MID and all. And here you get buttons for the auto start stop and lights and all. And this lever right here, as we know, it is common for Renault. So it offers audio control right here in this particular lever. This is a 10.25 inch screen, and this is the infotainment system. So this gets Google built in, so you don't have to connect to your phone to access the Google Maps. But yeah, it's great. It also has a PM 2.5 air filter, so it's very nice. You get 3 riding modes: Eco, Comfort, and Perso. This is to personalize how you want. And let's see the 360 camera. Let's go to dynamics, and this is the dynamic chassis. So yeah, you have 17 ADAS features in the car, and again, you have a lot of apps right there. You can see Amazon Music, you have Chrome, you have Spotify. You can also play Beach Buggy, I guess, which is very nice. And yeah, you can control. This car has, I guess, 48 color ambient lighting, and let us just try it out. So this is the 360-degree camera. The quality could have been a little bit better, but nonetheless, it's great. So yeah, this is the thing. And these are of course the controls for the AC. You get a wireless charging pad right there and 2 USB type C sockets. You also get a 12-volt power socket, of course, and then you get an okay sized, but the automatic gets a even bigger glove box, because it gets an electronic parking brake and all, and that is placed right there instead of here. Yeah, it's very nice. Even these are leatherette seats, by the way. These are not complete leather, or neither they are fabric. Again, you can see all the carbon fiber inserts right there. This is an auto dimming IRVM. And coming to the mirrors, yeah, vanity mirrors. You have the light. That is the same on both the sides. And one good thing which I like about this car is you get 2 different switches for the sun blind and the sunroof, so it doesn't feel clumsy and tacky and stuff. These are also single touch lights, so it's very nice. So this is all about the car. By the way, this car doesn't have a soft limiter, so you can rev up to 6000 RPM, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Let's try doing that when we test the car. So yeah, this is a very cool car. If you can see, it's an amazing car, amazing engine. We are going to talk about the riding dynamics right now once we start driving the car. So right now we are driving the manual version of the 1.3 turbo. So let us just get a quick understanding of how this car performs. So this car has 3 riding modes. One is the Eco. I think other one is the Comfort, and we have the Perso, which is the personal driving mode, so we can adjust it according to our needs. And one more thing, the indicators, they are placed on the right side, and of course the wipers, they are placed on the left side, which is actually opposite to what the previous Duster had. And the previous Duster kind of had something which is similar to currently what we are seeing on the German cars. So it is kind of the opposite. But Renault says the 90% parts of this particular generation of the Duster are India specific. Like they're designed completely different from what we see on the Duster, which is sold abroad under Renault and the Dacia as well. So this engine produces 163 horsepower and 280 Newton meters of torque. Wow, this just pulls. Very nice. And yeah, one more thing, the Petrol has a little bit of turbo lag, which is definitely common from all the turbo cars, since the displacement is 1300 cc when compared to rivals which are 1500 cc. You feel a bit of a turbo lag, but if you get the DCT version, it will definitely mask that lag and it will feel much more natural. So and it's a wet clutch as well, the DCT. So yeah, about the other engine options, there is a 1 liter turbo which produces 100 horsepower and 166 Newton meters of torque, but that is for a different audience. This is for those who are interested in cars and those who drive often. This car is very like enthusiast oriented type of an engine, while the 1 liter is good for daily use, for chauffeur driven people who don't really care about the power band and all. And one more powertrain option is a 1.8 liter naturally aspirated petrol engine, which will be paired with a 1.4 kilowatt hour battery, and the total output is going to be somewhere around 160 horsepower, and that will be delivered post November or the Diwali season, if I'm not wrong. So that's going to be a huge seller too if the pricing is good. This car, definitely the ride and handling balance is excellent, and that is what Duster is known for, of course, and this just does the right job. See, it also shows us the speed limit of the road, which is nice. Some people might feel the clutch a bit on the harder side, but it's good. And even the steering response, everything, the handling is superb. You can also, when you change the ambient lighting, the color on the instrument cluster also changes. So as you can see, when we are changing the color, entire car is changing its color, which is great. Wow. This car has everything to offer. It's comfortable, it's powerful, it rides well, it handles well, everything. It's a very good car, and this is definitely going to be a game changer for Renault for sure. And of course, its cousin is also coming soon on the 9th of July, the Nissan Tecton, which definitely shares the same chassis, the powertrain, everything, but the styling is going to be different. And Nissan is also positioning it a bit differently, because Tecton is a new nameplate, right? So they are positioning it as a baby Petrol by inspiring some of the design elements from that particular car. The price and everything is definitely going to be similar, of course. And this particular engine also, if I didn't mention, it's a very proven engine. It is co-developed by Renault, Mercedes, and I guess Fiat. This engine is also used in the Mercedes GLA, the A-Class, the Dacia Duster, and the CLA ICE, which is sold abroad. So it's a very proven engine, and you also get, I guess, 7 years of or 150,000 kilometers of warranty or something like that. you want to overtake someone, just downshift and just press on the throttle and it just goes. Yeah, it's very nice. Let us take a U-turn here. And I also like the ADAS system. It is tuned for Indian conditions, so it doesn't interfere when you're driving. You can also turn those features off. We can't really push the car in the city, but I'm definitely getting to know what it feels like to drive this car, because yeah, see, if you just push it, it just goes. Wow. I hope Renault offers an all-wheel drive system somewhere in the future, and if that is done, it's definitely going to be a game changer, because the previous Duster was known as a rugged off-roader, and that is the car which introduced the compact SUV segment space in India. After that, other players like the Creta and the Seltos and every other car came in, but this is the car that started it all. See, it just overtakes effortlessly. Wow. The horn is nice too. I think this can do 0 to 100 in somewhere around 9.5 seconds. The 6-speed DCT is going to be quicker than the manual. But Renault priced this car really well. You know, top model is somewhere around 18.9 lakhs or something ex-showroom, which is very good for a car that has this much to offer. And thanks to Renault for localizing almost everything related to this car. So the bigger sibling of the Duster might come next year, the Bigster. It might come with a different name. That is going to be a 7-seater version, a longer version like what Alcazar is to a Creta. It's going to be something like that. And you might see the same version of the Tecton as well. And also Renault is coming into the sub 4 meter space, compact SUV space by with the Renault Bridger concept, and that's going to be a great car too, for sure. You can also see Google Maps right there. Oh, it has different modes. You can see the RPM right there, and this car doesn't have a soft limiter, so it revs up to 6000 RPM even in neutral, which is again nice. So I love this particular menu. It looks really good. We've seen this first with Audis, the Audi virtual cockpit. At that time, this felt like crazy, wow. And now it's amazing to see it in the Duster as well. See, the one thing which I love about the car is having the physical buttons, while everyone is going with the touch sensitive buttons, which in my opinion are very flimsy and they're not great at all. But this is what everyone wanted for sure. Even these buttons, the quality feels really good. You have a PM 2.5 air filter as well, so everything's nice. One thing, they should have added a spare tire as well, but there's no problem at all because you have a tire inflator and I guess a puncture repair kit. Definitely cost cutting is also a part. Cost cutting is also definitely needed for the Indian market. Indian market is price sensitive more than product sensitive, So they have to nail the pricing to get the attention from the buyers, and Duster actually did that pretty well. This car definitely lives up to its legacy. So the lower end of the rev range is where you'd feel the turbo lag, but once you're in the mid range, it starts to push, and the top end is of course the sweet spot of this car. You get a 6-speaker Artemis sound system, which is decent. So I'm really excited about the 1.8 liter as well. And by the way, the 1.1 liter engine is from the Kiger, but it's tuned differently to fit the Duster. Let's take a U-turn right here.
Turning radius 5.2.
Okay, so this has a 5.2 meter turning radius, which is great. We'll just wait for the traffic to clear. Maybe we can push it a little bit now, not that much of course. We should be in the safe speed limits in the city. See, once you're in the second gear, now look at this. Look at how it pulls. Wow. Now let's be careful. Okay, we're almost there. So yeah, I really love driving this car. And thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity. I'll mention the contact details of the Renault dealership, so please contact them if you're planning on getting a Duster or any other Renault like the Triber or the Kiger as well.